Urgent, Cubby fans. You won't believe this. The Chicago Cubs could be eyeing a name that has everything it takes to change the future of their rotation. With the need to strengthen the starting pitching staff becoming more and more obvious, a new name is starting to gain traction behind the scenes and could emerge as one of the most interesting options for the Chicago front office. I'm going to tell you everything, but first, hit that like button, because this is where you follow everything happening with the boys in blue. The situation is clear. The Cubs need starting pitchers who can take on important responsibilities in the rotation, especially with the final stretch of the season approaching and the team looking to compete for bigger goals. And in this exact scenario, the name of Reid Detmers is starting to emerge as an option worth watching. We're not simply talking about a random player who happens to be available on the market. We're talking about a pitcher who could bring some very interesting qualities to a team that needs to find the right balance between immediate performance and long-term planning. The possibility gained attention after Bleed Cubby Blue, a community dedicated to the Chicago Cubs and a site specializing in covering the team, published this report pointing to Reid Detmers as a potential trade target for the Cubs. The publication puts the pitcher among the names who could help address one of Chicago's biggest needs right now, strengthening the starting rotation. And here is one of the points that could make all the difference for the Chicago front office. Detmers wouldn't simply be an investment for the present. The possibility of having 2 guaranteed years remaining on his contract after 2026 makes the pitcher even more attractive in a potential trade. In other words, the Cubs could acquire a player capable of helping immediately while also retaining control of his services for a longer period of time. This type of move also fits an important characteristic of the way the Cubs front office tends to operate. Instead of simply searching for an expensive short-term solution, the team could prefer a trade that provides immediate on-field value while also offering security for the seasons ahead. Detmers fits that profile, especially because he would not simply be a move designed to put out a temporary fire in the rotation. But of course there is another name being discussed, Jose Soriano. Soriano's numbers this season are respectable. He has an 8-6 record with a 3.43 ERA. Across 118 innings of work, he has recorded 122 strikeouts. The main concern, however, is his number of walks. He has issued 54 free passes, which is considered a high total. Even so, Soriano has one particular trait that could be very interesting for the Cubs. His ability to generate ground balls could pair extremely well with an infield defense capable of turning those ground balls into important outs. It would be a different way to strengthen the rotation while taking advantage of a specific skill within the team's defensive setup. Detmers, on the other hand, has been more consistent and could offer a more balanced alternative for the rotation. In 20 starts this season, he has a 3-6 record with a 4.16 ERA. Over 114.2 innings, he has recorded an impressive 130 strikeouts while issuing 35 walks. And that is exactly where the Cubs' interest becomes even more intriguing. While his ERA is not spectacular, Detmers has shown the ability to strike out opposing hitters while also allowing significantly fewer walks than Soriano. For a team that needs consistency in its rotation, that combination could be viewed as a positive. It is important to point out that, at this moment, we are talking about a potential trade target and not a confirmed deal. There is no confirmation that the Cubs are on the verge of completing a trade for Detmers. However, when we look at the team's current needs and the pitcher's profile, it is easy to understand why his name has started to be discussed among fans and analysts who closely follow Chicago's moves. The big question now is, will the Cubs front office make a move? Because if Chicago truly intends to strengthen its rotation, Reid Detmers could be exactly the kind of name that deserves to be on the team's priority list. He has experience as a starter, the ability to generate strikeouts, solid control, and, most importantly, a contract situation that could allow the Cubs to think beyond just a few months. For Cubs fans, the anticipation is only growing. The season is moving forward, the team's needs are becoming clearer, and the window to make important moves will not remain open forever. If the front office believes this team can compete at a high level, strengthening the rotation needs to be one of its priorities. And now, with Reid Detmers emerging as a potential option, the question hanging in the air is inevitable. Will the Cubs wait for the trade market to heat up even more, or will they try to make a move before another contender gets involved? Cubby fans, stay tuned. Because a trade involving a pitcher like Detmers could completely change the conversation surrounding Chicago's rotation. And if the front office can find the right price to bring this player to Chicago, we could be looking at one of those moves that may seem small at first but could become extremely important when the season reaches its most decisive moments. The fans want answers. The rotation needs reinforcements. And Reid Detmers has now entered the radar as a name that could make a lot of sense for the Chicago Cubs. And now I want to hear your honest opinion, Cubs fans. Do you think this pitcher would be a good option for our team? If you were the Cubs general manager, based on everything we've just seen about this player, would you consider making a trade for him? Yes or no? Don't leave without sharing your opinion. Your participation helps make every discussion even more interesting. And make sure to subscribe so you can follow all the latest Chicago Cubs news.